We'll begin.
Good to go.
We'll let everyone in. We're good to start with in-person questions.
What do you think went wrong for you guys there tonight?
I didn't like our effort or focus, and it started early. And I don't think we were prepared to get hit the way we did. I don't think the box score reflects it, but we didn't meet the challenge.
And how is Kyle doing? Is he gonna have to get an X-ray?
I know he'll be evaluated, but right now it's just a contusion, and they think day to day.
Wes, this is not a new problem that's coming out kind of flat. Why do you think it's a repeat issue at this point?
It's a good question. I mean, because we talk about it at length, and we responded at times throughout the game, but to your point, the starts, it's inexcusable. There's really no reason for it, but I think part of it is our mental approach. I think we had some success, and that was great early, but that's over with. It's a new month. We got to continue to buckle down and understand what we're about to face.
When something like this happens, it's hard when you're in the moment, I understand, but do you sense it coming almost? Can you tell like these guys are unfocused in shoot around or something was off before the game?
No, at times you can, and it's addressed, and it's something that we got to just stay on top of, because if we're not prepared to play, we're not mentally in the right frame of mind, oftentimes you start the way we did.
I want to ask you about Deni. It seems like he's often in the right place at the right time, and he kind of just misses some easy looks. What have you seen from him over the course of the early season? His
defense has been great. I'll give him a lot of credit. I think his one-on-one defense and his physicality, his ability to switch and guard and keep guys in front has been good for us.
Why do you think he just misses bunnies sometimes and things?
A lot of guys are missing. Yeah. So, I'm not going to pin it all on Deni, but, we're having a hard time making shots. And that's where, when you have those nights, you got to do something else to impact the game. You can't give up second chance points. You have to be clean in your coverage. But, overall execution was bad. We did generate some open looks, but we just didn't make them.
Feels like shooting has been kind of a problem league-wide, at least early on in the season. What do you think it is? The crowd? Some people have suggested the ball or anything like that.
I have no idea. I'm not a shooter, so it could be a little bit of the new ball. I don't know. It just could be just guys don't have a rhythm yet. And that takes time. I think maybe the new rules I think are in effect. Maybe guys aren't getting to the line and not getting those easy points. And, it's tough sometimes. You don't see the ball go in, early. You feel like you're just kind of constantly fighting to get one. But I have no idea really. I can't pinpoint one specific reason. Yeah.
Sure. How do you,
in a case where, in Deni's case, for example, for a player who gets so much time, is it possible, or is it true in his case that it takes longer to get a rhythm offensively than it does defensively?
Potentially, yeah. I think he missed the bulk of our September workouts. Most of training camp, it was non-contact, so that of course could play into the equation, but I'm not going to put it on that. These guys work hard and they work on their craft, and you just got to step up and make them.
When you guys do have slow starts, how do you see that manifest on the floor? Like what kind of things, like attention to details, right, are missing?
Just overall execution at times where guys aren't in the right spots. It's stuff that we drill and we don't go out and execute it. So it's a bit frustrating at times because they know it in practice, but either it's not communicated on the floor or guys just aren't on the same page.
What made you go away from Aaron after just 5 minutes?
It wasn't anything Aaron did. I thought, the group we had out there was good. Raul was giving us good minutes. Obviously, we're going to lean on Brad and Spencer, as much as we can. And then Deni played well. So he was kind of the odd man out, but there was no specific reason why, why he wouldn't play.
And Fred VanVleet has given this team some trouble over the years. What made him so tough tonight?
Well, he's a good player. He can impact the game a lot of ways. He defends at a high level, can make plays off the bounce, dynamic in pick and rolls. And, if you're up the floor, he's going to make the right read and find the roller. And now their shooting spreads us out. If you're down the floor, he has the potential to pull it, walk in to pull up threes. So he's a tough out. But I thought overall that wasn't the issue. I think it was. Now I'm not taking anything away from the Raptors. They played a hell of a game. It was us, and we didn't meet the challenge tonight.
You guys got it to 6 a few times, and you never were able to crack that. What do you think kind of prevented?
I mean, they're a good defensive team, and that we had stretches where I thought we were going to make a push, and we just could never get over the hump. We would get a good look, we'd miss, and then turns into transition or free throws, and kind of breaks the momentum. And that's where we have to be cleaner to start. So now we're not fighting uphill the whole game.
Spencer probably had his least productive game. Was it something they were doing to him on defense, or was it kind of a factor of not being able to get?
I think a little bit of everything. I mean, I think a lot of guys had a tough night tonight.
Yeah.
Wayne,
Hey, coach. After the second time playing the Raptors, what did they do different this time compared to the first game of the season?
Well, I thought their physicality was even greater. I mean, we knew that's the way they play. They're handsy. They push you off your spots, and I thought we gave into it. We didn't meet that challenge very well. So it took us out of the offense, and they denied us, and just kind of really disrupted any rhythm that we had.
And coach, just like you said earlier, it's a long season. Don't get you high, don't get you low. Coming into this next game, what are you looking for to hopefully be corrected by the time you take the floor next time?
I mean, without watching the film, the first thing is our approach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just got to be a mentality, and we've talked about it at length internally, but we have to understand we're not good enough to just think we can turn it on, and it's been voiced quite often, and that message obviously was not received tonight.
Thanks a lot, coach.
that's it, coach. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
David, do you want to start? Wes was saying just about your guys' approach there in the first. That's something that you guys have harped upon, but it's still there. What are you seeing with that?
What'd you say?
What are you seeing with your guys' slow starts, basically?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I don't know. I really can't pinpoint it. There's just no excuse for it. We're not a team that can just flip a light switch and think we're going to be good. We're not that good. So we have to get that out of our heads. Like, we're not that type of team yet. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be ready to go.
How does that kind of, there's been a lot of change here, and that's something that you've had to deal with out your career before, just slow starts. But like, how does that kind of manifest in a group that's kind of mostly new?
I mean, the beauty about the NBA is you have another game in less than 24 hours sometimes, and granted ours is 48 now. So I mean, you just move on to the next day, next game, and you learn from them. That's what you have to do. It'd be damned if we just continue to do the same thing, over and over again, thinking we're going to change. So just have to do self-evaluations, look ourselves in the mirror, and be ready. There's nothing coach can say, there's nothing I can say that should get everybody ready. We should be ready when we come in the gym.
Brad, is that you obviously having been through stuff like this and having pulled out of it before? Is that the only way you can kind of course correct? Does guys have to decide they just want to do it, or what?
No, I mean, we obviously still have our camaraderie. We still, watch film. We still figure out ways to get better. We still improve in those ways. But in terms of like effort, like you can't teach effort. That's just, you going out there and wanting to do it. So just those things like hustling, boxing out, like just the stuff that we can actually control. If we can control making shots, we'd make every one. If we can control turnovers, we wouldn't turn them over. Some of them are in our control, some aren't. So you just take the punches that, come with it, and you just continue to get better. But if we're not learning from it, it does us no justice. So that's why I say you got to do some self-evaluation, because we do it as a team. We watch film. We do everything we need to do. Coach preaches to us. So it's just a matter of us, collectively coming together and getting it done.
Frank, was the session that coach provided us about you didn't like the approach, was that something that you guys needed to hear from him, or was that a conclusion you guys came to on your own before he spoke to you?
It was a little bit of both. We always have a little intermission before coach comes and talks to us, and we have our piece that we keep in the locker room. But I mean, it was along those lines for sure. I mean, we know how we play, and if we play good, if we don't, the coach just comes in and reemphasizes it.
What did they do defensively tonight, especially to just kind of hold you guys up toward the end to try to make
I think just the whole game, they were more physical than we were. You know, they were taking us out of actions. They were, pushing us off our spots, just being more physical than we were. They kind of punched us first, and they just kept punching. Granted, we went on our run and came back, I think, within 4 or 5. But down the stretch, we just couldn't get our offense flowing. You know, we got too stagnant, and we couldn't get stops. So.
We asked who's at shoot around just about offense being down across the league. What
Yeah.
you mentioned that not getting to the foul line, you just don't see the ball going as much, and the rhythm is off. What are you seeing, or have you talked about it with guys on other teams and everything?
I haven't talked to many other guys, but I mean, I definitely see it. I mean, it gives me a little peace knowing I ain't the only one out here struggling. The whole league is struggling. So, I mean, it's an adjustment. I mean, I think I've seen somebody blame the ball the other day. I mean, new systems, a lot of new teams, a lot of new everything. So, I mean, it's a lot of adjustments across the league for everybody. I mean, I don't know. It's really not one thing you could pinpoint, honestly. And I mean, it could just be the way that, the chips are falling this year, so it's just, I don't know. Everybody just keeps pushing, and, hopefully guys can figure it out.
The crowd is another theory, like the return of fans has that.
You know what? Honestly, that definitely is a little different. I would say from the standpoint of like our benching and spacing and depth perception, we used to didn't have fans under the basket necessarily. Now we have them back under the basket. We have more spacing on our sidelines. We don't have that anymore. So, I mean, it's a little subtle stuff. I mean, you can say it alters it or not, but I mean, definitely having fans and engaging is definitely different too. Yeah. I mean, granted, we had it in the playoffs, but not full capacity, right?
Wayne.
Hey, Brad, pregame Coach Nurse talked about just packing the paint, giving you all different looks. Can you just talk about the differences of how they played you this game compared to the first night of the season?
Coach Nurse is always an interesting coach. He always has some junkyard defense that he throws my way and kind of makes it difficult. But he's always, switching up matchups on me. And then our team, like he just in terms of blitzing guys, not blitzing, changes their coverages up a lot, and then he's very adamant on their defensive end. They preach that. So, I mean, you just know whenever you play Toronto, they're going to be physical. They have a lot of long athletic wings, tall guys who can guard, multiple positions. So you just have to be ready for the physicality and take it to them first and, try to create some separation because they're active long defenders.
And despite the loss, Brad, was there any positive that you liked from yourself tonight?
I mean, just continue to find my rhythm just playing the game. I'm just having fun. I mean, obviously, like we said, nobody's really playing extremely great or to the level that they want to. But I mean, I think Dame said it best the other day. This is just a true test of your character and, what you do in adverse times and when things don't necessarily go your way. The real ones just continue to push through and, figure it out. So I'm one of those, and I know there's a lot more around the league too. So I'm always my toughest critic. I have a lot of room to grow. I have a lot of room to get better at. Stop turning the ball over, getting better shots, and then knocking down shots. So those things all come. You guys know me.
Appreciate you, Brett.
Could I follow up on that? Sorry. Sorry. You mentioned getting to the line. You got to the line 7 times, or not 7 times, but 7 attempts. And I know one of those is the 3, but have you kind of found a way? Obviously the rules have changed. Have you adapted to that? Basically, do you feel comfortable with? You didn't really hunt fouls necessarily before, but
yeah. I mean, that's what's mind-boggling to me is that my percentages, my free throw attempts went down, but I'm not necessarily a guy who hunts out fouls or tries to draw fouls. Like I like to draw contact. I like physicality. So it was that's tough to grasp in some ways, but at the same time, I actually like it because we foul the hell out of some guys too, and they don't call it. So I can't be mad at it. But at the same time, a lot of scores around the league. That's how like who said, you get a rhythm sometimes. Just seeing the ball go in, seeing some free throws go in, and but I mean it's the rules. I don't make them. I just abide by them. So I'm not mad at it.
I think that's it, Brad. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll get started with English first.
Mhm.
So anyone in the room can start.
Deni, what was kind of the tone of the locker room? I guess who spoke up first in terms of, you heard a lot about, it was the approach that was the issue tonight.
Definitely. We felt it from the morning. I feel like we didn't put our 100% in the game. We tried. I mean, we're not that good of a team to wait till the fourth quarter to turn it on. And I think we need to start our work early because people and especially teams, they're going to come at us and they're going to come at us fast. So I think we need to be ready to get ready better. I think we need to be more focused coming into games. And it's another team, including me. And we're learning from this. And I think we're going to get better. I mean, it's an 82 game season. And you can't get too low and you can't get too high. And so, we had a great start to the season. We lost a couple of games, but we're learning from it. So it's good.
Feel that focus slipping even in the morning of shoot around. What I guess is not happening during the day to kind of kick things into focus even before the game.
I mean, I feel like it's also like people or our team, like it's individual. Like everybody like needs to do the best to prepare himself. And I'm talking about the team, it's including myself. So just to prepare himself, do what he needs to do, stick to his routine, and just come ready for the game. And again, it's a long season and everybody needs to stick to his routine. And I think we're a great team. When we focus and we're sharp, and you guys, you saw how we can play and what are we capable of. So I'm very positive about this team and I know we can do way better. That's why I'm saying those things. Just about it.
Seems like you've had some tough luck so far this year on plays around the rim. What do you think? What adjustment do you think you need to make?
I'm definitely, my lack of focus around the rim this year didn't start that well, and I'm glad you said that. I just need to keep playing through it. I didn't play a long time, and my sharpness need to come back. This contact around the ring need to come back. I mean, and I'm learning from it definitely. I'm very hard on myself for missing those. I'm working on those, and it's a long season, and I'm for sure I know myself that it's not typical for me to do that, and get ready for it to fix in the future. So
You did have a big third quarter. I think tied Kurt out 9 points in that quarter. What allowed you to get going in that?
The exact reason you told me about the not being focused around the rim, I just went to the locker room and I changed my approach. I don't know. I was like, all right, that's the time to make it up for it. Like try to be more aggressive, try to be more focused. It's all in the head. So for me, just a change of approach and being more aggressive. So it was about it.
How are you? I heard you say a couple times that you're very hard on yourself.
Mhm.
How are you doing at becoming more forgiving of yourself?
I think it comes more with time and is when you're more mature and you have more experience in the league and on the court. I guess you can forgive yourself. But especially when you lose today and the game slip away like that, then you could have made those 2 free throws and you could have made those couple of layups. It's a big change in the game. Just those couple of points, it adds up. It adds up at the end, and that's why it's like a little bit frustrated for me. But hopefully in the future I'll be more forgiving. Listen, I'm still thinking I was a good defender even last year, but last year I didn't really get the most respect. But I'm just it's my heart, you know. I'm not the most athletic, right? Like people, if you see people bring me in pick and roll all the time, think they can attack me, think they can score on me, and it's fun. I'm taking it as a challenge. It's fun to see them like thinking, oh yeah, there he goes, slow feet, tall guy. I'm quicker than him, but it's not all about it. I'm fighting. I'm playing with my heart. I'm doing everything I can. I play 100% on every play on the court, and just take it as a challenge.
When you say lack of respect, what do you mean by that? Like, did you see it like versus other teams, or
I don't want to really get into it. I think you know what I'm talking about. All the foul situation last year, but we're over it now. I think I'm slowly building my how you say it, my reputation as a defender, and I think we start to understand it. So.
Any other sharpness around the rim? Do you feel like physically you're back to where you were pre-injury, or do you feel like you're 100%?
Definitely. I think I gained a lot of strength, especially working on my body, which I couldn't like really do because I wasn't really able to stand up and shoot and really play basketball. So I really focused on working on my body. I'm still trying to lose a little bit more weight and be more lighter. I feel like that's a big part that I want to change, but I'm very disciplined, and I'm on my way to accomplish my goal.
Oh, sure.
עברית?
Is that my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys. It's 4 a.m. here. So, hi, Deni. איך הרגשת ברבע השלישי שם, ברצף המצוין הזה שהיה לך של כמה סלים, ואז פתאום השלשה, ואמרת לפני שנייה, זה הכל בראש. אתה מרגיש שזה פתאום הביטחון השפיע?
זה הכל בראש. אתה יודע, אני לאט לאט צובר ביטחון, אני יודע מה אני שווה. תשמע, זה לא מפתיע אותי כל הנקודות האלה ברבע השלישי, אני יודע למה אני מסוגל, אני יודע שאני יכול להיות אגרסיבי, אני יודע שאני יכול להתקיף את הסל. זה דברים שלא מפתיעים אותי, זה לא משהו שאני מתרגש ממנו. כמובן שאני תמיד רעב לעוד, ואני תמיד באמת רעב ליותר ויותר. וכן, זה לא משהו שמפתיע אותי, אני פשוט חושב ששיניתי טיפה גישה, הרגשתי שהייתי קצת קשה על עצמי במחצית הראשונה, ויצאתי החוצה פשוט מהחדר הלבשה, פשוט שיניתי כזה גישה, אבל אני צריך להישאר בגישה הזאת כמעט כל הזמן לדעתי.
כן, קל להגיד את זה, אבל אני מניח שהרבה פעמים אומרים לך את זה, אבל כן, אתה רואה את זה בכל הליגה, זאת אומרת, שחקנים מחטיאים וממשיכים הלאה, ואני חושב שעשית מצוין בעניין הזה. קצת על ההגנה שלך, כשאתה שומר אחד על אחד, זה נראה מדהים, ואני חושב שגם המאמן ציין את זה היום במסיבת העיתונאים, לגבי העזרה לפעמים, שאני חושב שעזבת היום את הנונובי איזה פעם, זה משהו שהוא חלק מהסכמה ההגנתית, או זה משהו שאתה פשוט עושה, כי אתה מרגיש שאתה רוצה לעזור אם תהיה חדירה?
טוב, אז אני אדבר על זה קצת. טורונטו זה קבוצה שאני מדבר עליה בצורה מאוד מאוד ספציפית כרגע, זה קבוצה שכל הזמן חותכת וזזה, ויש בהם הרבה תנועה ללא כדור, אז הרבה פעמים העזרה שלי בעצם נותנת לשחקן שאני שמרתי עליו, או יציאות על חסימה, או כאילו, הם מתכננים את זה. אבל אני יכול להגיד לך שהיה לי גם כמה פיקשושים במשחק שעבר נגד אטלנטה עם גלינרי, אני חושב.
כן.
זה לא משהו שאמור לקרות. כמובן שזה משחק שהוא 48 דקות, וגם אני עם כמה שאני מנסה ומשתדל ושומר, גם אני יכול לפעמים לפקשש פעם אחת, פעמיים, זה לא משהו שאמור לקרות. אבל אני כן רואה וידאו, ואני כן מתקן את הטעויות האלה, וכן אני לגמרי מודע לטעויות האלה, וחוץ מזה זה קרה כבר, אז אין לי כל כך איך להחזיר את הגלגל אחורה.
אתה יודע שפעם היו אומרים שעל הגנה זה דברים שלא רואים בסטטיסטיקה, אבל היום הרי סופרים הכל, ואתה מודע לזה שלמשל מול אטלנטה, היו השחקנים עליהם שמרת, היו 2 מ-11 מהשדה, שהשתיים היו השתי שלשות של גלינרי, בדיוק מה שציינת עכשיו. אז זה משהו שמגיע אליך מאנשי הדאטה של הקבוצה?
כן, זה מאוד מצחיק אותי, כי בתחילת הקריירה שלי, כילד וגם, אתה יודע, אבא, לא כל כך ייחסנו חשיבות להגנה. אף פעם באמת לא חשבתי ולא חלמתי שאני אגיע לרמה הגבוהה ביותר, והדבר שבין החוזקות שלי זה בעצם תהיה ההגנה. בחיים לא חשבתי, וגם בעוד מיליון שנה, אם היית שואל אותי באותו זמן, אמרתי, מה זה הגנה? מי צריך לעשות הגנה? אני ואבא כאילו לא כל כך האמנו בהגנה. אבל אתה יודע, פיתחתי עוד חוזקה, וכיף לדעת שאתה עוזר לקבוצה שלך ובאמת פורק בחלק ההגנתי. מקווה שגם עם הזמן להיות גם בחלק ההתקפי, וזהו, נהיה אופטימי.
תודה רבה, דני. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I'm done.
We have one last question in English. Neil, last question.
Hey, Deni. Coach said, he really.
What'd you say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Coach was talking about, he really likes your on-ball defense. The next step will be, okay, when help comes or when you have to react to something different. How is that, evolution of your game developing? And where do you see you can improve in that aspect?
Off ball?
Yeah, when you have to rotate and play help defense and things shift and change.
I mean, as coach said, I have a couple of mistakes that I do off ball sometimes. I think I should watch film and really talk to the coaches. We have a great coaching staff that really knows how to see mistakes and really correct them. And be sure that I'm gonna watch the film and I'm gonna fix it. So it's on me. I make those mistakes sometimes and I'm gonna fix them. So that's about it.
Do you think it's more so just adjusting to Coach Unseld's system or just adjusting to NBA in general or all of the above?
No, there's no excuse for that. Make mistakes and you need to learn from them. Whatever coach and whatever system you in. So that's about it.
Thanks, Deni.
Thank you.
That's it, Deni. Thank you. We will start with in person whenever you're ready.
Had a really strong start. Obviously, that was something you guys as a group struggled with, but what was working well individually for you?
Think I got a wide open layup at the beginning that kind of got me going, and then I knew I have to be aggressive the way they play. They help from the strong side, and they always leave somebody open, and like they're always scrambling and rotating, and I knew I had to be aggressive. I've made a couple plays. They were kind of doubling on Brad, so I knew that the ball was gonna be on my hands a little more. So I think I just stay aggressive and the ball falling. So yeah.
What made them so tough defensively tonight, particularly on three-point line?
They play really hard. They're always trying to kind of, I wouldn't say gamble, but like steal and deny the pass and play fast. They have a really tall lineup that kind of we struggle playing against them. They got a lot of offensive rebounds, and I think they had a chip on their shoulders from the first game, and they just play harder than us. But yeah, they did a good job.
You guys had a couple good stretches late and had it really close in the fourth quarter, but when they kind of controlled momentum the whole game, how much harder is that, even when you get within like 5 points or whatever, to kind of finish those runs off? Like, how does that affect that?
It's hard when you're playing the whole game behind on the score. I think they did a good job, like you say, controlling the pace, and every time we get close 5-6 points, they would execute an offense and get a bucket or get offensive rebound, and just like things that it was hard for us to keep with the good stretch. They're always cutting our stretch with right open three, or Ben Flee hitting some fade away, some tough shots. But it was a very hard game. We gotta look what we did wrong and try to get better from that.
When Coach Hunt, and you're still getting to know and learn Coach Hunt, so how does he hold the team accountable when he's not happy with, say, the focus or the approach?
I mean, he tells us it straight up. We know that that's something a coach has to do, and he's doing a great job at telling us what we got to do better. When we have to play harder, when we have to fix something on the court, I think he's being there and he's being holding accountable. And like I said, we have to. I'm pretty sure tomorrow he's gonna come with things that we got to improve, and we're gonna go from there.
When it comes to them, like setting the tone, Wes and Brad said kind of punching you guys first. Is that something that you feel like you guys have, for the most part, done a good job of this season, and it was just a blip and something you could consider a strength? Yeah,
I think we started the season pretty well. I think every game we started that way. I think besides Brooklyn early this season, but it's hard, like when you play that way and we won a couple games and teams start looking at us and they prepare for us, and it's not like they're coming here and, oh, we have the Wizards, and like we're just gonna win easy. So they come, like I say, with a chip in their shoulders, playing hard, and we gotta just match that energy from the beginning, and today unfortunately we didn't, but like I said, we're going to learn from that and try to get better. But it's definitely, with the team we have, that's something we got to do every game. We have to step on the court ready to go from the beginning. Bench guys got to come in ready to go and keep up the energy the whole game. I think we're not going to come here and just wipe team ups and win every game by 20. We have to learn how to play those games where we're down, but we get close and finish the games and play to the end. I think, like I said, we're gonna fix that and get better.
Neil?
Hey, well, obviously, a lot of people have talked about Coach, Brad, everybody, okay, you can't just turn on the light switch. Coach said, it's been addressed and, for whatever reason, it just didn't, happen tonight. What are the ways that you guys are trying to, just self-police yourself and address this and prevent this from, continuing further?
I think it's just being mentally ready for the game. We know how to play basketball. We show that we are a good team when we play together, when everybody know what they're doing, when we communicate on the court, when we play hard, and we know we can win games, So I think it's just being mentally ready. Those things happen, like basketball. You're not going to play good every game. We're not going to make every shot. But I think the energy and the our being ready has to be there every game. And I'm pretty sure that that's not going to be something that we're going to be talking a lot, because we definitely going to talk about it tomorrow. We talked a little bit in the locker room, and we have to come ready to play every game.
Thanks, Raul.
Thank you.
Last question to Wayne.
Coach kind of alluded to say, he said credit to the Raptors, but I feel like he felt like you all could win this game. Was it anything different they gave y'all this game compared to the first game you played, or was it more just, I guess, not more making sure plays on your end?
They're a good team. They play great the last couple games. We knew that. We knew that they, like every team from the beginning of the season till now, they figure things out. They change rotation. They do things to get better, just like every team. And they did play well tonight, but also we didn't play great. So I wouldn't say that we should have won, or I'm not taking the credit out of their team, but we could definitely done better. Definitely it will be something we're going to talk about it and try to be more ready for next game.
Also, you had a really good night tonight. Can you just talk about what felt good? Like you said staying ready coming off the bench. What just felt good about your game tonight?
I think it's just, knowing that after some not as great games, you always gonna have to be aggressive and stay positive. And that's what I did, like I said at the beginning, I knew that the way they were gonna play, trapping Bradley Beal and trying to get the ball out of his hands, the ball will be on the other guys. And I just took advantage of that, try to stay aggressive, try to take the open shots and stay confident. I think that's what I did. And I know that not every game is going to be perfect. That's, I think, what helped me at the beginning of the game.
Thanks, man.
Good.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.